I always knew that I would have a son. It was fate. I would have a son. I would continue to photograph my masculine exploration and raise a boy. And when I had a daughter, I was very confused. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to use that piece, this new piece of my life, in my artwork. So I didn't for many years. Over the course of time, I realized that one of the things I was most interested in, personally and then photographically, was introducing my daughter to the natural world. My name is Jesse Burke, and I am a photographer, director, and artist. I shoot fine art photography, and then I also make films and shoot commercial advertising and editorial work for clients around the world. In addition to that, I'm also a full-time father of 3 girls, a husband, brother, and a part-time farmer here on my small farm in Rhode Island. So the photography in the films that I make are really outdoor lifestyle photography for my clients. And that coincides very perfectly with my life, the life that I've created with my family. So a lot of the work that we get is family-related work, and oftentimes it's travel adventure type photography, because we tend to be adventure seekers and nature nerds, and we like to get out and see the world and do fun things. And the beauty of that process for me is that I also shoot my fine artwork of the same type of things. So my specialty in my personal artwork is documenting the experience of my kids out in nature. And my artwork has really pushed me into that sort of niche in the commercial photography world. So it's a really great symbiotic relationship between art and commerce for me personally, and I'm able to straddle the two and essentially shoot one thing and cover both bases, which is really fun and exciting for me. I went to the University of Arizona, graduated from there, then went on to graduate school at the Rhode Island School of Design in Rhode Island, where I currently live, and that brought me back east. When I came back east, I started to photograph my friends and family and the inner circles inside those worlds for me, mostly dealing with the men in those things, and as an attempt to understand who I was as a man and try to explore the idea of masculinity, sort of where I fit into it, the specifics of my group, friends, family. And so then what happened is I graduated from graduate school and had a baby daughter. We were really connected to nature, and I knew that I wanted her to carry on that sort of cause. And so what I did was I took her out and physically planted her into various natural surroundings out in the country and documented our experience together. This led to my Wild and Precious project, which documents essentially 5 years of road trips with my daughter Clover, my first child, and our adventures out to learning about how the natural world worked. One of the things that happened for me that was kind of amazing in helping me sort of come to terms with whether or not I wanted my kids in the spotlight or myself in the spotlight is that Instagram was invented while we were in the middle of the Wild and Precious project. So I had started in the beginning, I was an early adopter of Instagram, and I loved the idea that you could share pictures with your friends and things like that. It was kind of like visual Twitter, and I was one of the reasons I didn't like Twitter as much is because I'm less text oriented and more visually oriented. So I immediately was sharing pictures of our adventures, and it was sort of like a working journal for me. I was using it as a sketchbook of sorts. There's not much that's off limits to me, and I think that that's what people like about it. And I've been able to use that to my advantage. Not that I even meant to, but it just naturally happened where people were connecting with these vulnerable, real moments. And I think that's something that I strive for in my work. And when I'm lucky enough to witness something like that and photograph it, I'm dying to share it with everybody. There's certain elements of my history that are interesting that I started photographing the masculine sort of identification of like the guys in my life and my friends. And now I'm surrounded by the feminine. I have 3 daughters, a wife, a sister, my mom, my stepmom, a female dog, 12 chickens, they're all hens. I mean, there's just me and the 2 pigs that are the guys hanging around out here. Initially, what got me intrigued in photography and these projects led me down this path to be more open and embracing as the man that I am now today and the father and husband that I am today. She's watching a show on my phone. Would you like to go with her? Okay, go around through Clover's room.